Hello, this is Greg Allison, Green Greg. It's coming to you live on the 18th February 22. Time on deck is 4300 hours Central Standard Time. It is almost the 19th of February, by the way, so just caught it in the nick of time for Friday night. Friday, Green Gregs and ham tonight, and tonight we are World War waiting and hoping the world isn't breaking. So we got a lot of things to talk about tonight. We got a lot of chat. And for those of you that are joining me for the first time in a live session tonight and you're wondering what this is all about, I do a couple live sessions a week that are nothing but opportunity for my followers and my subscribers to chat with me and to chat with each other. And we're a family on this channel. So this is our chance to share time with each other and to be together in a way that you can't ordinarily be together with a lot of families these days who are worried about meeting with the ongoing bug that's going around, the crud bug. So this is our chance to get together, to be a family here. Now, furthermore, we're going to talk about some topics tonight. We'll talk about a lot of things. And right now, with all the tensions going on in Ukraine, that's a big topic. So we can give some updates on that. And we'll also go in and we'll share some weather and other things that we typically talk about. Space weather right now is very active, by the way. The sun is really cooking in more ways than one, but she's cooking up real hot right now. She is getting quite a bit active. Now, back last winter, I did a report, it was almost a year ago. I think March, I think it's March of last year, I did a report. Some scientists said that the last solar cycle was so short in history. Every time the solar cycle's been that short, it comes back with a bang. And they had several examples of that. So we've been expecting a grand solar minimum, but our sun is going bang right now. And it fits the pattern they were showing. And that pattern didn't have really any exceptions to it. So this may be an aberration in what we expected to have been a grand solar minimum. We may have a very active sun in a period when our magnetosphere is dropping. And yeah, the magnetosphere is dropping. Some people think those are tied together. No. The magnetosphere field strength has been dropping since the 1800s very steadily. That's a whole different phenomenology. That's our shields, my friends. That's our shields from solar activity. That's what keeps us from cooking down here on Earth, and from a lot of the radiation in space, and it protects us from solar flares. But with it dropping and the sun cooking, guys, we just had a major solar flare on the other side of the sun, a huge CME, coronal mass ejection, which is a huge plasma ball that shot out. Had that been coming toward Earth, we'd have been in trouble. And we've had now more than one. It happened, just so happened by the grace of God, to shoot out in the other direction away from Earth. If they'd been coming here, we'd be in trouble. Our power grid would be suffering. If our power grid goes down, we got a lot to worry about, my friends. And I'm going to do a talk about nuclear survival real soon. I'd hope to do it tonight. I got the presentation already put together. I just hadn't had an hour to sit down and pitch it to the my camera and the time to upload it and process it. It takes a lot of time to do those kind of things, my friends. I actually had hoped to do another video instead tonight, a short video, talking what does Putin want? You know, what does he want? What does he really, really want? Yeah, I might do that too. And I also got a video, kind of idea in the works about HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton, and how maybe she really set the stage for all these travails we may be looking at with Russia today. So what do you guys think? What's happening in Russia? So many people say, oh, Greg, nothing will happen there. Well, the question is, what's going to happen there? Something's already happening there. All those that says nothing's going to happen, too late. It's already happening. Something. There's been shelling of a kindergarten. Oh my gosh, there's been this last day, we've had a pipeline. Last night, we had a pipeline gas explosion. The pipeline was sabotaged. There was a gas station went off. There was a car exploded. And there were some artillery shells, going. And it seems that the artillery shells are flying again. Tanks are moving. Putin is saying, we're moving out. We're backing off. We're back. He's saying this. We're backing off. We're backing off. We're backing off. We're leaving. We're coming out. As he's doing that. Yeah, the tanks are moving. Things are getting in position. Heavy artillery. And even though they were said they had like 120,000 on the border, guess what? They got about 190,000 today. Now, quite frankly, that's really not enough. Quite frankly, it's not enough. There is over 200,000 soldiers in Ukraine. And a lot of people are signing up as irregulars. And Russia's got, what, 190,000? Typically, an invading force would like to outnumber the invadee 3-1. 3-1. Let me get three fingers up on this left hand. That's, yeah, easier for me to do my left hand than my hand. 3-1. And it's not quite parity there. But Russia has a huge advantage in artillery and rockets and aircraft, helicopters. But their tanks, which they have a huge advantage numerically because of the softness in the fields, may have to take the highways. And I did video showing that the highways are going to be real problematic for an invasion. Now, I know some people that, oh, Russia's not going to invade. They just tell me that up and down one side, down the other. Maybe they won't. And, you know, the people in Donetsk and Luhansk, you know, the Donbass region of Russia, they're actually worried that Ukraine's going to attack them first. And they're quite worried about that. They're worried Ukraine will attack them. And Russia, they're hoping that Russia can come in time to defend them. So that's the flip side of the story. There's two sides to every coin. So they're really quite concerned about that over the Donbass region, you know, Donetsk and Luhansk, and that's where everything, pretty much most of the activity is taking place right now, to include the pipeline explosion and Luhansk. I just said a minute ago. Luhansk. Anyway, yeah, Luhan. Yeah, that's just kind of hard for me to pronounce. But anyway, for some reason I say Donetsk much easier, or Donbass. So the situation there is very grim. You know, there was claims of mass graves found. All these things could be pretext for an excuse to go in for an invasion. Yeah, the video I'm gonna do about what does Putin really want will be eye-opening, and it may really paint a window inside of his soul and what might be driving him, which might really talk about what this could all be about. If I can get around to pulling it off and doing it. I still don't see Russia as being a bad guy. Well, look, you know, I'm not been taking sides here. What I'll talk about is what different perspectives are, you know, what each side may be wearing as their rose-colored glasses, what drives them to their worldview to think what they think. And again, it's not Russia. Guys, there's good and bad people in every nation on earth, in every nation, every state, every county, every province, every oblast, as they call them over there in Ukraine and Russia, and every city, hamlet, and shire. There's good people anywhere in the world of every race, color, creed, religion. You know, but you know, there's also bad people. I think people that are basically good in heart outnumber the bad people, but a lot of these good people get mesmerized and hypnotized and propagandized into following some things they might not ordinarily follow. You know, that's what they try to do with propaganda. Is they try to lure people into a certain mindset. Now, not everybody goes along with it. There's always going to be people that don't go along with that. But the problem is this. It's the government, it's the people. And right now, Russia's leader is Putin. Putin's got some things in his head. Whatever they are, I'm not in his head. But we can talk about the things that he wrote. I'll do that. I'm going to do that. I started to do that tonight. I discovered I really didn't have time to even do that. I just barely had time to get in here before midnight and do this year. I just got it from the greenhouse. I had to go out there and fire up my heater out there already, the shop heater. So, you know, I got a lot of tasks on my time right now. I got a huge backlog of things I got to do, and it's getting them. Yeah, I need to call Wiseout. That's one of the many things I got to do. Hey, Wiseout, yeah, she sent me her number, I believe, and I've got some things I need to turn over to Wiseout. Wiseout is going to take over our tribe stuff. Wiseout, tell me how late you're open tonight. I might call you tonight. Oh, yeah, okay. We got Uncommon News 777 here. Yeah, I've been using your whistle. In fact, he gave me a whistle. I got it right here in this pocket. I use it all the time. You see that? Receipt. Mesquite. This is handmade by Doug with Uncommon News, by the way. Nice little whistle. And I use it fairly regularly. All right, Canadian police were using hard knees. Yeah, there's all this stuff going on in Canada. We got a lot of crazy stuff going on, guys, today, right now. Here's what's crazy. Tomorrow, Putin is going to personally oversee joint drills with Belarus that are nuclear war drills. This is something they normally do in the fall. He's moved it up schedule-wise to like tomorrow, the 19th of February. It's almost tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow here in 7 minutes. So what is that all about? Why did he move that up? So is this part of his chest beating? Is this part of his propaganda that he's putting out? Is this part of his gamemanship, the art of deception, the art, which is the art of war? Is he playing Sun Tzu, or is he playing for you? What is his game? We'll find out soon enough. So I'll have to check the chat room. I'm watching the chat room over here in a little bit. So yeah, I have to come in here and see what everybody's saying. And wow, we got active in the chat room tonight. We got 70 here already. That's very good. Yeah, look, I went to Moscow back in March of 2010. Loved the trip there. Loved the people. Felt at home, actually. I felt more at home there than when I went to anywhere else. I've been overseas, except here in Canada and here in Canada. I mean, in Canada, or I would go to Canada a lot, used to, and lived in Alaska. Of course, Alaska was like going to a whole other planet, but that's beside the point. But I guess the Virgin Islands, Caribbean was nice, but I've been to Italy and I've been to Russia. I felt far more home in Russia than I did in Italy, to be honest about it. So let's see. Space Girl, hello. Got Judy here, Granny Lana, Kathleen McCarthy, Catherine Gergeson, Kathy Pittman, Crazy John, Casual Preparedness. Good to see you, Casual. Let's see, Arnold Schmidt. Good to see you, Frank Gravito. Oh, that's like got some gravity going on there, right? Gravito, it's like a magneto of gravity. Interesting. The Watchman, good to see you there. Video titled Nuclear War in Syria. The video is titled Nuclear War in Syria, but actually a nuclear test in Syria, first frame clipped to the nukes in the. Well, there's no nuke been going off in Syria, guys. Who's showing that kind of stuff? We don't have any nukes in Syria. Not yet. Syria don't have nukes. Israel does. Russia does. They're in Syria, but I don't think like it's been part of program there in Syria. Flipping nickel productions, Canada's turned into a communist country. Well, of course, they got Commie Trudeau over the country. I mean, he's really, look at Pierre Trudeau, supposed to be his father. Look at Castro. Tell me which one he's the son of. He doesn't resemble Pierre Trudeau, his alleged father whatsoever, really, in my humble opinion. That's another story. Arnold Smith, 12. All right, so we got 43 likes and 83 in the room. Okay, guys, help the algorithms. We need more likes. Absolutely. Colorado Jan, Trudeau needs to go. You got that right. Trudeau needs to go. Yeah, I'd hate to be in Canada and have him as the head of the government. That would really bug me. Janet, polls are flipping 5.25 miles last month, and now 5.25 miles this month. Okay, so we had a month that the poles were moving at magnetic poles at 5.25 miles, and it just did it in 2 weeks. That's a sign of a magnetic pole shift. It's also a sign of a magnetic pole flip, particularly. It could be in a temporary excursion, or it could be a full flip. The last time we had a major temporary excursion is about 42,000 years ago. A lot of people think that is why the Neanderthals are no longer with us. Interesting. So let's see what else we got. Nuke practice with Russia. Exactly, that's what they're doing. So, guys, the war is awful. Putin's got a kind of a romantic obsession with Ukraine. You got to remember, Russia actually started. Believe it or not, the Russian people started where Ukraine is today. Now, most of the people in Ukraine don't speak Russian, but they're very close. They're very, very close. And so there's a natural obsession there. But most of the people in Ukraine do not want to be part of Russia. And that's why there's so many of them willing to fight not to be. I mean, big time. Except now, if you look in Eastern Russia, in the Donbass area, and in Ukraine, Luhansk, Donetsk, and Crimea ethnically are primarily Russian-speaking people. And so I can see why I believe that everybody should have a right of self-determination. So Ukraine don't want them to have that self-determination. At the same time, Russia don't want Ukraine to have that self-determination. Why can't they negotiate something here in the middle and let Donetsk and Luhansk be entirely autonomous regions? And if Ukraine thinks they're getting Crimea back, then they're dreaming pipe dream stuff, guys. That's not happening. I just don't see it short of a war. Hey, Smadero, how you doing? Hello from Iowa, he says. Casper's August 1991, Ukraine got its hands on 1,800 nuclear weapons after the fall of Russia. Yeah, and they sent them back. Then Putin, let's see, President Putin wants them back. No, the Ukraine gave up their nuclear weapons. That's one of the reasons they're at risk now. If they still had them, they probably wouldn't be at risk. Yeah, Green Greg is always so calm. This is our safe place. Exactly, guys. We'll actually even have a little fun tonight. You can't be all and chew your fingers off, all the time. Chew all your fingers off. You ain't got nothing to properly hug your nug. I just found out nug has another meaning to it, which is like over in the world of people that, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Something to do with a bud or something. Nope. Nug, spell it backwards. That's where I'm coming from. So, yeah, you need this little finger here. These little fingers, they come in pretty handy, believe it or not, other than just get through your mind, right? My nugs particularly like my index fingers. I imagine I could use other fingers, but yeah, don't chew your fingers off. We're not going to panic tonight. 2 hydrogen bombs tested in Syria. Really? You show me a credible link to that, Watchman. Somebody was posting earlier, there was a hydrogen bomb went off in Ukraine. No, look, we got people with cameras watching that country. Just go to Lee Wilbarger's channel. He's got so many cameras he's flipping through, and I've been flipping through a few other cameras. If there were something like that, golf, there'd have been a bright flash. So I am having a hard time buying that one. You got to show me that, the Watchman. I'm not seeing it. And Drops talked about it. Several people are talking about it. Look, there's a lot of channels here on YouTube that put out a lot of stuff. And if you're following some of those channels, you need to question them. They're going to step up and give some truth here. All right, Uncommon News 777. They're labeling the truckers as terrorists. Of course they would. If you believe in your country, if you're a good, decent person, you're considered a terrorist in America and in Canada by the globalists. Well, they can shove it. We got some good people in Canada, and they're tired of being stepped on. So they finally they've been stepped on the hardest of anybody in North America. Australians have been stepped on pretty hard by their government too. What's the commonality between Canada and Australia? They gave up their nugs. Never give up your nug. Somebody told me I needed to make me a coffee mug that says happiness is a warm nug. You hugged your nug today. By the way, I don't take my sleep lying down. I take it in a cup. Yeah. And I got a cup with me on it. Look at that. And there is my 2 granddaughters, my grandson, and my oldest daughter. Kind of blurry. That's all right. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk about weather and our normal stuff here. This stuff is happening in Ukraine right now. NATO is not a part of Ukraine. If Russia goes in, I'm telling you this, if they go on those highways, along the highways, I think I did a video recently where I showed the highway of death in Kuwait, which had the fleeing Iraqis trying to get out of Kuwait, and it got strafed by some F-16s. And everything on that highway was cinders. Everything. What happens when you're all lined up? You're like ducks at the gallery, and you are sitting ducks. And the highways in Ukraine are kind of narrow. And the Ukrainians got a bunch of javelin missiles. They go off the highways, they get stuck, and they really are a sitting duck. So Russia has waited a little bit late to be pulling this off. Why? Well, they're getting more stuff in place. Why would they, if they were going to do this, why would they do it after waiting so long? Is it because they cut some kind of deal with China Does it mean China's going to do something? Or are they waiting at the end of the Olympics? Or they want to do it tomorrow when they got this nuclear exercise? Well, I mean, nothing. It could be that Russia just wants to go in and occupy Donetsk and Luhansk and, the Donbass region. And, so maybe I know it may be they just don't plan. I'll tell you what, when they first roll, they're going to go fast at first and they can take a lot of ground initially. But once the people in Ukraine, the soldiers there, get bearing on them, get ready to take them, that forward thrust by the Russians will slow down significantly, maybe be brought to a complete stop, possibly. I don't know, like Malapi said, they'll take Ukraine in 72 hours. That's what General Milli Vanilli said. But once again, numerically, the Ukrainians have a little bit of an upper edge. They just don't have all the armaments, but they got anti-armaments, and the armaments are going to have a hard time getting in. So the Russians may find it far more difficult to invade. And here's why Russia really ought not want to invade. Well, a lot of the generals don't want to do it. A lot of the generals don't want to do it. But why? Even though Russia feels like Ukraine is theirs, it's also their jewel. Do you want to beat up and wipe out a lot of the people in a place you supposedly love? This is like a bad lover syndrome, Oh, baby, I want you so much. You can't leave me. If you leave me, I'm going to beat the devil out of you. Really? I'm sure Russia's winning a lot of hearts and minds in Ukraine right now. They're really endearing the people there to them and to make them really want to just go hug Putin's neck, right? They might want to hug his neck, but maybe not with their arms. Maybe something else. People in Ukraine are not happy. There's no way for a marriage there, Mr. Putin. If you're trying to attract the people of Ukraine, you're losing their hearts and minds. Very much so. So it makes for a very bad relationship there, my lad. Bear that in mind. So what's really cooking? Now, it may be he's just going to try to secure the ethnic Russian areas in Ukraine and maybe get a little margin for Crimea to make sure he's got a land bridge in the Crimea area. Crimea can get the water they need. Apparently, Crimea has had problems getting water from Ukraine. So maybe this is what it boils down to. And he could take all that and probably do so fast and hold it. That could be his. And then he could declare victory and stop. Putin needs to save face. But if Putin goes in and puts in a lot of casualties in Ukraine and a lot of body bags are coming on Russia, Putin's days may be over. Last thing he wants to do is get kicked out of office or do something so horrific that his own generals get fed up and stage a coup. That'd be the end of Putin forever. Putin's got political opposition in the country, so he really don't want to send home a lot of body bags. If he's not careful, he might take Ukraine. Maybe he could take it in 72 hours, but it's not going to come cheap. Of course, then as many says he don't want it. He just wanted to defend Donbass. I've had somebody came on my channel in the comments says, Greg, you don't ever talk about the people in Donbass. You talk about excuse me? I did a video talking about them very explicitly over a year ago, and I have mentioned them from time to time since, and I have shown both sides of this thing. So I imagine that individual probably never even watched any of my videos through. He probably just caught a couple of minutes and go, made his decision what I'm all about, what it was all about, and wrote them nasty comments. I'm unsubscribing. Well, goodbye, because if you can't pay attention to what I'm saying, then we don't need you around here. Guys, look, I try to be very neutral. I try to show both sides to these things. And I tell you that there's good and bad people everywhere. But the leaders of any country is what gets us in trouble. Our leaders aren't so great. America, and I did a video. It did just after that one, and I've done some before. I did a video just after that one. He didn't pay attention. I didn't see his comment until after I'd done this, talking about some of the things that America's done, which has been not so great. And some of the accusations by Putin about us, which are absolutely true. The way we went into Serbia, the way we went into Syria, the way we've gone into many other places, leaves a lot to be answered for. The things that we've done in Libya, America taking out the president of Iran, who was duly elected, and putting a merciless tyrant of a dictator, the Shah of Iran, over Iran. That's what got us in so much trouble with Iran today. America has bloody hands, and I've admitted that, and I've said it many times. And what I do, I talk about our leaders too. Our leaders, we've had some bad leadership in this country. We've had some bad leadership from the FBI, the CIA. Oh yeah, and the FBI has been caught lately. They had played an active role in spying against a presidential campaign. This is all coming out, guys, in the Durham report, which is coming, and an active sitting president on the behalf of an opposing political campaign. What does that mean? That's where the FBI ought to go. Bye-bye, FBI. Will it happen? Yeah, not easily. The deep state is deep, and they got roots. But you know what? Hey, you know what roots are for? You know what chainsaws and axes are for? Roots. Diggers. We got to dig it up. Guys, this is not a pretty picture. And so, for some people coming, oh, Greg, and thinking that I'm just cover one side of this thing. Well, I've covered both sides. And I'm talking about, and how many times have I said to people in Donetsk and Luhansk, the Donbass region, Crimea, deserve the right of self-determination. I've said it a zillion times. So for somebody just come in and accuse me of such stuff, I think if individuals like that shouldn't even be on YouTube. If you don't have the time to actually watch a video and come just find out where a creator is coming from, if you just want to shoot me, oh, you're all about this, you're an idiot. Excuse me. Yes. You don't belong on YouTube because you don't watch. You don't give people a chance to tell them where you're really coming from. So you have no clue where the individual comes from, but you've already decided, and they're usually wrong. How many times I see so many times people will see me post a video like on a YouTube and on a Facebook page. Oh, and they will lecture me. Well, it's this. And I said, oh, that's exactly what the whole video was about. That's exactly what I said. And you're accusing me of something? Excuse me? How about watching my videos? Most people that comment, especially on Facebook, they never watch the video at all. Most people don't, because if they did, they wouldn't leave the comments. So anyway, yeah, you guys aren't like that. You're here, you're watching. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here with us and watching and doing all the good stuff. Trudeau likes the way China is run. Oh, yeah, of course. He's a tyrant. They like the way tyrants run things. It's amazing, right? It's really amazing. Really amazing. Stand with the people. Absolutely uncommon use. All right, so pardon me for talking so much. I need to pay more attention to you guys, but I do it in part because we got a lot of new subscribers, and they a lot of times they don't like it when I do a live session. In fact, I always lose a few subscribers when I do a live session. The downside of doing a live session is, maybe I should have just not done this video and done one of those topics videos, because I would make more money from those. And right now, my finances are going, because I haven't done many videos this month, and it's hurting me. So maybe I need to stop the live sessions and just do the other kind of videos. I don't think it makes a live session. Sometimes live sessions get super chats. That helps. But anyway, so let's see where we're at here. Tammy Shirt, love from Ontario, Canada. All right, Tammy. Very good. So Tammy, what part of Ontario are you in? I used to go to Toronto and go up there in Brampton. Initially, I was going to Toronto a lot, and I was visiting the Canadian Space Agency's contractor, SPAR, that built the robotic arms and the robot that's on space station, the Canada arm on the space shuttle, and the Canadian space station remote manipulator system, the long arm, which was originally 60 foot. They shortened it a little bit, and they built the special purpose dexterous manipulator, which Texans gratefully called Spitum, which I never called it Texas. I thought that was derogatory, and the Canadians never liked it. The Canadians named it Dexter, which is cool. And so Dexter is up there on space station right now. If you see my Facebook site, the banner on my Facebook site features Dexter as its prime character, by the way. So there you go. Yeah. So the SPAR moved their headquarters from Toronto to Brampton, a big flat Ford to do the robotic stuff. But they renamed it. It became MD Robotics, and they renamed it again. I don't know what to call it now. So maybe y'all know. I don't know. I used to go up and stay on Dixie Way in 7. Yeah, I used to go up in Shepherd and been down Young Street, I believe is the longest street there. Goes up to let's see, goes up to Hudson Bay almost. Let's see here. What else we got in here? So yeah, I used to go up, but I haven't been up there since 94. 94 was the last time I went up there. I drove through the Canadian Rockies 3 times. Let's see, I'm gonna put this laptop in front of me. And I'm gonna go in here and start changing screens. I have to just back over there to do that. So scratches in the house. Politics is theater. This too, in my humble opinion. My theater, politics is there. I'm trying to stay a little bit above it here, guys. I'm telling you kind of what's driving it, trying to. But the war, problem is war is politics by another means. And that's the ugly side of it. Well, all this control of people, all this, oh, you're ours, and you got to do everything this way, and you can't do anything. And stay in your house all the time. You got to stay in your house because that's the only place you ought to be, because you're an unworthy little person in flower territory. So we don't want to see you. Stay in your house. Yeah, whatever. If you come outside, you can't be seen. Wear a mask. Who knows? So yeah, nice new whistle. That's right, Nunu. It's a good whistle. It's horrible. Let's see, we got 119 in the room. Very good, thank you. 75 thumbs up. Let's get some more thumbs up, guys. Looks like it drops. The Star Wolf. Halo, Mr. Greg. Oh, what happened? Oh, my chat room moving here. Tammy Shirk. Make sure to like your Facebook page at Green Greg's, and it's Belleville, just down the way from North Shore Preparedness. All right, North Shore is a great channel. He's on here a lot, so he might even come in here tonight. Who knows? I might see him. I've seen him in here not long. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Hugs to you too. He's a puppet. So Scratchy talking about Trudeau? Yeah, he probably is. He probably is. Drops Family Garden at the Watchman. I know. Cha-cha, I can't believe what's going on in Canada. Well, look, guys, the good thing in Canada is there's people standing up to being oppressed. Oh, and here's the good news also. I heard that the Canadians forces sent big wreckers in, big giant rescue wreckers to, like the ones they pull trucks with, to get those truckers out. And they were all happy when these wreckers showed up in town. And what happened? The wreckers just turned around and formed part of the blockade. It's like, how the Italians like that. I don't know. Probably shouldn't do it. I'm not exactly sure what that expression means. Now that I think about it, I think it's not good. But anyway, Italians have a lot of hand expressions. So let's see here. L, please save the bees. Better love the inside of your house. Well, you should. You should, but also you should have a chance to love the outdoors too. Oh, new. Somebody, Judy, took your message there. I don't know what you said there. Drops is a good channel. Yeah, that's true. Uncommon. Green Greg's Gog of Magog is prophesied to be buried in a mass grave. Well, that may be coming. That may be happening soon. Adolf Trudeau. Yeah, it sounds about right there. You. And shirt, haha. L, please say the bees. Is that what that sign means? Sorry, guys. I didn't think about it before I did it. So, yeah, this Italian sign. Some of them are dirty. Talking about Justin Hitler. Yeah, I think we're hitting it there, guys. So here's the thing. If you were to make a quadrant on political left and right, communism and Nazism, and you drew a circle around, if you came all the way around to the bottom where up here is total freedom, the opposite of total freedom is where Nazism and communism meet. They're both what is Nazism? It's National Socialism. So, and communists, well, we're global socialists. Really and truly, the communists do want to take it all, but so did the Nazis. The difference is that Nazis have partnerships with corporations. Public-private partnerships. Oh yeah, we get those here in the United States, don't we? And you look in China, how are all their companies run? They got companies, but they're run by People's Liberation Army, the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, so what is China really? And if you really look it up and try to figure out what they are now, Xi Jinping is trying to take it more back toward the communist side. China has been on both sides of this, guys. Both sides of it. In the end, they're anti-freedom. And what are we for here? We're for freedom. So I do a lot of videos talking about this stuff, guys. I don't care where you are in the world. Freedom is important for everybody. It's not just, there's not an American monopoly upon what should be our inalienable rights, guys. That is for everybody, everywhere. It doesn't know a color or creed. Some people think the Constitution is racist. You hear that kind of stuff now. You got to be kidding me. Some people think that our Constitution, that the Declaration of Independence is racist. No, these are the beginnings of the melting of racism. It's right the opposite. People that say that kind of junk, from certain aspects of the political sphere, they call everybody that don't agree with them 100% by these names. Really? Wow. He's a puppet. Yeah, let's see. What else is folks saying here? Is it Chernobyl in Ukraine? It is, Star Wolf. Chernobyl is north of Kyiv, and it's thought that it would be one avenue of approach from Belarus by Russians to be able to move quickly into Kyiv. In fact, there was a pontoon bridge in a river just north of the Ukrainian border there that's disappeared. Some people think they moved stuff across, it's already across and maybe ready to roll. I don't know. But what I do know is there's been a lot of videos showing a lot of movement and troops and tanks and heavy artillery, self-propelled artillery of the heavy sort, all getting closer to the Ukrainian border than what they were just before Putin said that they were withdrawing. If they're only interested in taking and securing Donetsk and Luhansk, why do they have that stuff in Belarus? Why the pontoon bridge in Belarus? So maybe they are planning to go into the entire country, but that's going to be tougher for them to do, a lot tougher. And it may cost, it can backfire. This may cost Putin his power. If a lot of body baggage going on, Putin's going to be in trouble. Poontang wants to fight with potato heads. That's what you mean. Let's see here. What's the latest people are saying here? Uncommon News Cat, talking to Kathy Pittman. I have to go see what he's agreeing to. The Watchman says it's the teacher of the law that goes to funk. It's the teacher of the law. And that's what it says in the Bible. The Good Samaritan, the Levite, and the priest will just walk by and do nothing for you. Yeah, that's the whole story of the Good Samaritan doing it. And the part of the interesting thing about the ministry of Jesus Christ, one of the biggest things he did was attack the Pharisees, who were the organized church at the time, who were more interested in their own aggrandizement than anything else. Sound familiar? Think about that. Where else? Look how the Pharisees ran their organization. What other religious organizations strike you as being Pharisean? Do any of them or not? You think about it. That's an exercise for you. I'm not getting into it. This is not a religious channel, but just kind of interesting. Greg, do you know about the airdrop equipment? How long can they keep it ready before using airdrop equipment? Well, now, some things have limited life and some don't. Blood's got a limited life, a shelf life of 42 days. What are you talking about airdrop equipment? I mean, I was stationed at Fort Bragg. Everything there was airdroppable. And I don't think we even had air at the time. We had these little tanks that were airdroppable. They got rid of them later. The vehicles, I mean, sometimes you see videos of them dropping Humvees out of. There was one occasion when they dropped a bunch of Humvees out of a C-130, and those things just hit the ground and busted all to pieces. The guy doing the shoots didn't do it right. That was one very expensive airdrop. Greg, your wisdom is replaced. Well, thank you, Granny. Here I'm kind of on a tear tonight. I may be offending some people. I may be offending some people. So if you don't know me, Mom got hidden by Arnold. My mom has made some interesting comments from some chat. Steely Dan, gas is seemed to be $10. That could be, guys. So that kind of brings us to what do we expect to come out of a war between Russia and Ukraine? Well, the first thing is major disruption in supply chains, and that's already in progress. Oh yeah, what blew up in Luhansk? Sometimes I can say that word, and sometimes I can't. Luhansk, I get there. An oil pipeline. There is a major oil, I don't know if it's the same one, but there is a major oil pipeline that runs from Russia through the Ukraine to Eastern Europe. The Nord Stream 2 was planned to replace that pipeline. Now, what we threaten is the sanctions. We're going to shut down Nord Stream 2. Well, Russia's saying, hey, we take Ukraine. We don't need Nord Stream 2, because we got this pipeline. Now we're in control of it. It's not going through the land of another country. That may be one of the motivations for them to invade. But did that pipeline, just part of it at least, just get destroyed? Or is it some other gas pipeline? I don't know that. I do not know the answer to that. I do know there was a gas pipeline that exploded, and there was an explosion at the gas station. There was a car exploded. There's been some artillery flying around. See, there are separatists in Donetsk and Luhansk. They want to have those regions collectively called Donbass, each one of these oblasts, to be independent republics. And that's a little bit more than the Minsk agreement allowed for. The Russian parliament, not the Russian parliament is called the Duma. The Duma meets inside the Kremlin. The Kremlin is a walled portion inside of Moscow. It's got these walls going around them, big red brick walls, and inside of that is Red Square. I've been there. I've been inside the Kremlin. I've been inside Red Square, and I've been in the Duma. They meet. And I went there. The very first opera I ever saw was there. And the dancing Cossacks and all that, and we're celebrating beating the Germans in World War II, which is huge to them. They paid an immense price from the invasion of Germany. And also France before cost Russia dearly. Because Russians approaches, and we get invaded, we'll just destroy everything ahead of the invaders. And as they take it over, they're taking over vacant land. They can't eat. They got no supplies, and they got to resource all the supplies all the way back from home. And we'll attack their supply chain, and suddenly they're going to find themselves freezing and starving in Russia, and they're going to be in big trouble. That's what happens. Russia can take on invaders. So why is Putin worried about us invading him? What's Putin saying? He's saying, well, you got to get your missiles away. You got to get your missiles away. Don't bring any missiles out here close to my country. That's your problem. You got to pull the missiles back. The short-range ballistic missiles. We don't have a short-range ballistic missile in Europe. None. Zero. Zilch. Nada. We used to have the Persian missiles there. We took them out way back in the 50s, late 50s. We put the Jupiters and Redstone rockets there. We took that, and we put them in Turkey. We took them out as part of the Cuban Missile Crisis. We took those things out. The Russians, though, oh, yeah, they got the Iskander missile. That is a short-range ballistic missile, nuclear capable, and they're surrounding Ukraine with those missiles as we speak. What do we have there? We have defensive missiles that are only good for shooting other missiles, and they're called the Aegis Ashore. And those are for shooting other missiles down. And we don't have enough of those to keep us out of the mutual assured destruction. We'll just take the edge off of an attack into Eastern or into European capital cities. That's all they would manage to do, or maybe some military assets. So we don't have much. In fact, we have hardly any nukes. We got just a very few nukes over there now, nothing like we once had. And then all the ones we have are basically to be carried by jet fighters and bombers. We don't have any missiles capable of doing that. So what is Putin talking about in that regard? That's a good question. Good question. Now, it doesn't mean that some country like Ukraine might not just decide to develop their own. Ukraine, was quite capable in missile system development on their own once upon a time, in rockets, as is and was Kazakhstan, Ukraine in particular. So the Russians launched. The Russians launched in Kazakhstan. That's where the Star City was, where they launched their rockets and their astronauts. The Russians trying to do it all inside Russia now. But a lot of the rocket motors were built in Ukraine. They solid rockets anyway. Hey, Rusty Tracks, Rusty Tracks. Hello, fellow swivelheads. Amen. My greenhouse is flattened by ice and snowstorm. Oh, that's so sad. Gee, that's so sad. Mom, you are unbidened. Unbidened. So if you get rid of Biden, you're unbiden. That's kind of like unburdened. Oh, unhidden. Maybe that's what you're saying. You don't know me was hidden by new days, always. Okay, well, you don't know me. Mom must have been getting out of, must not be happy with what I'm saying tonight. So let's see where she gets some comments taken out of what was you don't know me mom saying. Now when somebody's hidden, that unhidden. Okay, she unhid her. Okay, I got it. Sorry, got it. Unhid her. When you hide somebody, you're really taking them off the channel. So let's be a little careful about hiding people. It's one thing to hide comments. When you hide somebody, you take them off the channel. Somebody hid Brian from up in Minnesota, and he's actually been a big contributor. And he comes in here, he just talks crazy stuff, but he's just having a good time. You know. Arnold Smith, YT Black Flag Mom. Oh, how do I fix this? Well, you can accept, you know, or you don't have to take them out. Sometimes certain words will get you flagged by YouTube, or symbols, characters, too many caps, things like that. I want bacon, says Rainy Atlanta. There you go. Arnold hid them. Oh, no, sorry. Now Arnold's asking how to undo it. I got it. Scratch moderators can't unblocking by hiding and unhiding. That's right, Scratch. Star Wolf. Do you like Nixon? Nixon was interesting. My dad hated Nixon. Oh, he hated Nixon, communist individual. You know, look, I'd take Nixon over Hillary if I had that choice to make any day. Nixon got a little bit full of himself, but you know, he really didn't. I got to give him credit. He really did not like the goings on at what's the name of that place? Give me a minute. I got to put it together in my head. The name of this grove out in Bohemian Grove. He did not like the goings on there at all. So he had some pretty terse words to say about that stuff. That's a very globalist activity. Now, he might have still been a globalist. You know, at that time, you didn't get in that position unless you were a globalist of some sort, or didn't have something on you, probably. So, Zen jamming, that's Zen jamming. Anyone visit the inner world? Oh, you mean like Hollow Earth? Nixon was a potty mouth. Oh, yeah, he definitely was that. So's Trump. Trump says a lot of wordy dirge. Nixon more so. Nixon much more so. Yeah, Nixon had a specific, very big potty mouth expression he used to describe the Bohemian Grove. Yeah, he definitely did that. But Bohemian Grove probably deserves worse. Hammer that like button, folks. Thank you, North Shore. Hey, there we are, North Shore. Hey, you were mentioned earlier in the room by a good friend, Tammy Shirk, I believe, from Ontario. Let's see, Scratch. Hello, Trusty. Daisy is lovely. She needs more subs. She's a great lass. Daisy, who's Daisy? We got Libby Tree in here. The Watchman 911. They didn't even have jet fighters loaded and ready to go. Yeah, there were some interesting questions about all that. As you don't know me, Mom. Free speech should not be censored. Well, you're right. Now, do bear one thing in mind, though. YouTube is not a free speech platform. There's certain things you could say to get our channel in trouble. Some of our mods have been trained by other channels to watch out for that kind of stuff. Bill the Kid, Norwood says, Nixon took us off the gold standard. Yeah, he did some stuff, that's for sure. He definitely did. North Shore, yes, Mr. Greg, it's been here for a bit. Okay, very good. Very good. I've not been watching the chat too close. Sorry about that. Pretty sure he's the Milhouse character in The Simpsons. Oh, you think so? That was his middle name. Richard Milhouse Nixon. Milhouse character in The Simpsons. Interesting. Interesting. Lots of power in words. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. I like gold. I could use a ton or so of that. I bet. Do you think there will be a major chicken and egg shortage due to chicken plants shutting down? Well, that would definitely cause a shortage of chicken meat at least. Are the frogs peeping tonight? Not so much tonight. I might have done a live video outside had to been. Oh, last night they were really cutting up loud. And not before last, they were doing pretty good. We did a video out there with the frogs. You know, Friday and frogs alliterate, you know, so if the frogs were going tonight, we'd definitely be out there. Scratch Daisy is Dame Von Bron Daisy. She's love you. Oh, okay. Von Bon. Dame Von Bon. Okay. All right, Scratch sounds good. Zinjamin, my great aunt married Lewis from Lewis and Clark. Wow, Memorable Lewis. If you go, not an hour, probably an hour's drive north in Tennessee, that's where he's buried. There's a park up there to hit in his name. I've been through there quite a few times. In fact, I had to go through there to get that big black truck I got outside. It's one place you can camp for free for a couple of weeks. You can stay there a couple of weeks and then you got to move on. What these politicians have done over the past 25 years make Nixon like a prince. So there you go. Exactly. Nixon wasn't perfect, but all these politicians have done far worse than him since him. Far worse. And you look at Nixon messed up in that he let some people go in and to get intel off of his what's his name? Ran against him. Senator. Who was it ran against Nixon that Nixon got busted on? Shoot. What's that guy's name? Ran against Nixon. Come on, guys, help me out. I know the name. I can't think of. I kept thinking of another guy. You can think of one guy's name, another guy's name gets stuck in your head. That's what's happening to me right now. Ran against Nixon. Got Nixon in so much trouble. 72. His Democratic candidate 72, guys. Come on, help me out. McGovern. McGovern was his name. Yeah, y'all didn't answer it. I got it though. McGovern. Yeah, McGovern. Yeah, he was very liberal. And Nixon sent a team in to get some intel off of McGovern, out of McGovern's office. She never should have done that. That was illegal. And that was very bad. And now look what Hillary did. And Obama was in on this stuff too, guys. They got the whole force of the federal government spying on. They created a false dossier. Still dossier? Yeah, they paid for it. It was false. It has been proven. And the basis of that dossier, they got the FBI that go through what's a Pfizer court. And on the basis of that false dossier, they went full bore and spied on the presidential campaign. Big time spied. Yeah, they hacked his servers. They did all kind of stuff. And they continued to spy on him, knowing he was a sitting president. Some people say he shouldn't have fired old, what's his name, starts to see, who's over the FBI. Oh, I was thinking the whole time he should have fired him way earlier. Maybe it's brain a lot tonight, guys. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So that was way worse than Watergate. And now Hillary Rodham Clinton is wanting to run again. And excuse me, Julian Assange brought up all kind of dirt on her. All kind of dirt. And of course, we know about the servers where she had all this information she had in her house. She's using her own email for the State Department business. And was it General Flynn got wrote up, in trouble over because he had a handwritten note with some classified stuff on a piece of scrap of paper at his desk at home, something like that, some crazy stuff. And she had these servers full of stuff. That was bad, but this is okay. What? You gotta be kidding me. Pickled eggs and jalapeno juice. That sounds good, Crazy Farm. I bet Spokane would arrest somebody if they were trying to cook food for the homeless. Oh, there you go. Stuff like that, right? Nixon was very prejudiced. Well, that's not good. He probably was. And I'm against prejudice, guys. Hillary, yeah, exactly. Clinton should be under the jail. There you go. That's what my dad used to, that's the expression he used to use. Throw him under the jail. Jail's too good for him. Throw him under the jail. Yes, Scratch. I would agree with you. Call me. Thank you, Wild Animus. That was the name I was trying to call me. Call me. Camellia. We come and go. Yeah. Remember Boy George? Does Comey make you think of that? I don't know. Comey was, yeah, he should have been fired off the bat. I didn't like that guy. I kept wondering, why does Trump not fire him? Why does Trump not fire him? Trump ought to fire him. Then when he did fire him, all the news media just came down. Look what Trump did. How awful. What took him so long? Holy smoke. U.S. Constitution refers to the president, the U.S. only in the masculine. Well, I don't think that's significant as to who gets elected. That's just the language used at the time. He's killed more people than anyone ever on this planet, Scratch says. Who are we referring to, Scratch? A lot of people taking out a lot of people. Who do you think took out more people than anybody else? And Reagan wrote the bill, and Bush Sr. altered. Then Obama allowed even more CIA and FBI intel and for citizens info. Pray today. I pray $3. I pay $3 per dozen eggs. Oh, it's kind of high. Chewy weather. Boy George sure would fit in with today's crowd. Oh, he would be considered too mild. Yeah, he would. Call me Kamala. Call me. Oh my God. What a crowd. What a crowd. Wild Animus is laughing. Don't look like World Economic. Don't look at the World Economic Forum. Yeah, I got you. Well, let's see. I see a frog anagram. D-U-A-F-R. Oh, I got you. I got you. It's the first letters you're anagramming. I got it. Yeah, it's like my nug. Yep. Good point there, Scratch. You get Bigfoot or people keep them. I think the people scared Bigfoot off. I think this people just sent Bigfoot running and goes, I can't stand it. Well, people's going to eat me. Call me La. There you go. Talking about the evil doctor. Yeah, okay. Our modern Joseph Mengele, i.e. Fauci. Yeah, the man behind the ouchie. Yeah, and he's the highest paid official in the United States government. Oh my Lord. Lordy. Watchman, Camellia. Let's see. Uncommon news. I just bought some quail hatching eggs. There you go. Well, you better get a good hope you got a good incubator. Put a lime in the coconut. Drink it all up. All right, New. Yeah, I thought somebody else was gonna be in the room tonight who was singing that to me recently. Don't see her here. Don't see her in the room. Greg, you are correct on all that about the dossier. It was set up from one end to the other. That's right, Kathy. Needs to be a swinging. That's right, Scratch. Just a swinging. Let's see. I never could have thought my neighbors would become GMOs. Oh, Lord. GMO crops and GMO people. Now we got a lot of lost long sheeple. I don't know. What do you think about that, guys? 2 years ago, if you'd told the country that over half the people would be GMO, they'd laugh you silly where we're at. God, you lasted in 10 days. Good for you. You know what I mean? Mom says you can kindle your own eggs to see if they are fertilized, okay? And put them in your home hatcher and grow your babies. All right. Yeah, I want to hear Greg's Bigfoot story. Okay, wild animals. Yeah, we were Bigfoot hunting out here last month, seemingly, not before last. I had a guest here. She's still out there in a travel trailer. I thought she'd be in here watching tonight. She's from Alabama, Randy. I've seen her here, Randy Robinson. But she probably went to sleep. She probably missed me starting. She said she was going to join the channel or join her chat, but I didn't start off right after she said it because I had to go in the greenhouse and do a couple other things. Dr. Death. Oh yeah, talking about Joseph Mengele there, right? For his new incarnation, right, Arnold? Yeah, Fauci is a member of the Jesuits, which is the military arm of the Catholic Church. Oh, really? Uncommon. Let's see what's a comment saying. Ringers, what do you think about the fourth dimension? Well, there are dimensions. I need some chicks, says Connie. There are dimensions. I've talked about a multidimensional universe. I believe that there's demonic entities that basically they're multidimensional. They phase, and angels too. They phase in and out of our dimension from another dimension. That's how they're here, poof, and poof, they're gone. Going into another dimension. And it looks like magic, but it's probably just technology. A lot of those creatures are physical. A lot of your so-called demons and angels are physical. You could grab them and hold them if you could get your hands on them. I'm telling you, they're physical. He wrestled with an angel and got the name Israel. They're physical. They would walk amongst people, and people would think they were people. Couldn't tell them apart. Demons are like that too. What about the so-called grays? What do they do? In, out, in, out. What about those little blinky lights that fly in the sky? They're there, they're gone. They're there, they're gone. What is that? We don't see big traffic going through outer space. We just see stuff popping in and out before our eyes. Multidimensional. Where are they from? Right here. Just another dimension. General Grant's in my family tree. I don't know Rusty Tracks. General Grant. Oh, Lord. Lee Wilbarger has General Lee in his family tree. General Lee in the family tree. Libby tree. I'm in Alabama. All right. Lily B. I was reading it wrong. Where are you at in Alabama? Paper Dragon, if she's in here, she's also from Alabama. I don't see her right now. You don't know me, Mom. Takes about 21 days to hatch our egg. Okay. Man has olive egg. You put mineral oil in eggs to make them last long. Yeah, half the planet now GMO. You're right, Scratch. Half the people. Some places a lot more than that. I remain GMO free. Good North Shore. True Bloods. Amen to that. Rush says, well, Greg, he is in my family tree. Yeah, okay. Well, you can't help who's in your family tree. Oh, you're in Huntsville. Okay, Libby Tree. You're just down Huntsville, 12 miles from here. You ought to come visit Lily Tree. Excuse me, I keep calling you Libby Tree. Lily Tree. Lily Tree, have you met me? Do I know you? Outpost Zebra, what do you think the GSM timeline is? Grand solar minimum. Well, supposedly it happens every 400 years, so we should be coming into one right now. But with the last solar cycle being shorter, we may actually have a huge solar maximum here in the middle of what should have been the minimum. I don't know. Kathy Pittman, I'm in Alabama too. All right, Kathy, where you at? Granny Atlanta. General Lee is in my family tree. All right, Granny, very good. You and Lee Wilbarger both. Y'all might be related. Bacon for me. There you go, Judy. Tammy shirt. My background is Swiss German border. DNA from blue blood, Rh positive, and originating from Egypt. Wow. Interesting. Small animals. Good night, John. Catfish John was a river hobo. Remember that song? I was watching Hagman report tonight about the SW and the Indians and aliens. SW, what's that? Software? SW and Indians and aliens. And there was there was a TV, there was a show made called Cowboys and Aliens. I don't know, I never saw it. I'm an alien. It says Tammy. All right. Let's see here. Will he fix it? I love ranches because I love ranches. Well, Willie, when you ask for a ranch, you probably don't get one, but you've been in the channel a long time. We'll keep an eye on you for that. Ranches are overrated. That's right, Scratch. Yes, New Day as always. My son's father was a Custer. Your son's father was a Custer, related to George Armstrong, and looked just like him. Wow, my son changed his last name to my maiden name 3 years ago. Okay, interesting. Granny's still on that bacon. Okay, well, we got to do some bacon with green gravy, some ham, right? And some bacon, some eggs. Manchester goes back to UGA Lova. Okay. Leaf and Dragon Canoe. Dragon Canoe. You got a load. I don't know what you're saying. What you Dragon Canoe sounds Indian, man. It's a small world. It is, Granny. It's a small world. Eat your vegetables, says Mom. That's what Mom should be telling us. Eat your vegetables. That's a good one there. Well, we might all be aliens if the truth be told. Well, there you go. Sorry about what happened. Peace between you and me, Mom. You and me, K, Mom. I'm from England, which makes me an alien too. Okay, Charles. Scratch, can you work for my 4x4? Watchman, the day, new day, welcome to Raul for the penal colony. Yeah, whole Earth may be a penal colony. That's what someone would like it to be, probably. The elite. Scratch, I got fired from a channel I've been a mod on for the last 4 years, and that's to be appreciated. Okay. Wow. Scratch, we love you here. Now, who did fire you? That's a good question, Connie. Rusty Tracks, yep, Scratch, maybe I'll pass on that. Well, General Grant, holy smoke. That was a blood and guts general. General Grant. Probably got to be drinking so hard just because of all the people he knew he caused to spurt blood. You know, probably played on his mind. I'm gonna have to go buy me a pig, says Granny. It's all right, we're all transplants. All right, well, our souls are up here. Watching drops those getting deals on those Jack Daniel ribs. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. A visitor from Area 51. I see. What time is it? It is. We've been on here for almost an hour. Outpost Zebra. Greg, how long if sunspots knocked out shoot to hit Earth? What shoots at Earth is called a coronal mass ejection. Sunspots are where the magnetic field lines. The magnetic field lines just loop in and out of the surface of the sun. Where they loop out from and where they loop into are where you find the sunspots. It's inside that sunspot's really hot, but it's relatively cooler compared to the rest of the sun around it. So it looks dark to us. If you were there in it, you wouldn't think it was dark at all. But relatively speaking, the contrast the rest of the solar face, the surface of the sun, it looks cooler. It looks darker. These lines, they twist, and one's positive and one's negative at these different sunspots, and they group accordingly. And sometimes they get twisted and they release a lot of plasma. Plasma is electrically charged matter. It might be a lot of matter stripped of the electrons, which makes it electrically positive. Or it could just be a bunch of electrons. But anyway, the magnetic field lines get twisted and they pop and bust loose, and these plasma balls erupt from the sun. I'll show you some pictures of that in a little bit. And they go in whatever direction they hit. If they're coming here, we can be in trouble. It's called coronal mass ejection. It's actually matter. It's when they say coronal mass ejection, not a capital mass. Cosmic storm, you're right, New. So, who's a waste of oxygen, Scratch? Well, you really getting on somebody there when you say they're a waste of oxygen. Some people think they deserve so much. I'd say, man, you don't even deserve the breath in your lungs. Give it back to me. Give me that breath. You don't deserve it. I lived by Area 51 most of my life. Well, that's interesting. Have you seen some strange stuff, Granny? All right, maybe we should talk about this stuff one day. All right, let's do some looking at some websites. But before we go there, let's talk a little bit more about Ukraine. There's a really good chance that things are about to get a whole lot uglier in a hurry over there. First impact here is going to be more disruption to the supply chain, especially in the world of fuel and some goods and services, but mainly goods. There's going to be shortages of a lot of that stuff. Global trade will be more disrupted, especially coming out of Eastern Europe. But energy prices are where you're going to see the inflation. Energy prices are already kicking up, in part because of the way Putin withheld some energy from Europe there for a bit. And other things, that's why we're talking about trying to get liquid natural gas over there to help the Europeans. Well, that's also going to make the price of liquid natural gas here in the United States more expensive. It's doing so everywhere in the world. Liquid natural gas is the basis for a lot of our fertilizers, how they get the nitrogen. So fertilizer prices are going, fuel prices are going. These are all huge on the farm. Farmers are going to have a tough time this coming year, a really tough time making decent wages or any kind of wage. So, and even with that, you're going to see the prices of food. That's why that and other supply chain issues is why you need to be growing your own food. Check out my link that I put in many of my videos. Not so usually often in these sessions like we're doing tonight, but I'll make sure to get one in. Check out my link to True Leaf Market. It'll help me and it'll help you because they got a wide variety of variety of seeds. And also, you need to go to prepwithgreg.com. I'm going to show you that in a minute, guys. Oh, chewy weather. Thank you. My first super chat in a while, actually, I think, at least tonight. Amanda B, be safe. Absolutely. Yo, Scratch. What's up, buddy? Says Eric. Days 1536. Is that the date when your ancestors traces back to? What's up with 1536 new days? Katie. Connie Greg. Hey, Amanda, what are we saying? Connie Greg. Amanda, what are you saying? Connie Greg. I need cheap fuel. I need to get my cars back on the road. There you go, Scratch. Scratch has got some awesome looking cars. Few days. Thank you for sharing my link to Green Greg's. Very good. Let's see, I ordered from True Leaf about a month ago. Yeah, but that's not my True Leaf link. We got to do that separate. Itchy knee, okay after storm. Itchy knee, counting Japanese. Itchy knee, you okay after the storm. All right. So Judy, yep, tried it. Prefer to dehydrate, make egg powder. Okay. Jesse Mills B. Somebody watch me checking the message. Oh, Biden will maybe sell our gas, then turn around to buy same gas back. Could happen. Could happen. He did look at all the boys who left behind in Afghanistan. B, blood types, extreme and height, either very short or very tall. Ooh, I'm back on some coffee. There we go. Now I'm down to lower octane tea. That tea is lower octane. It's cooler. Mugwort tea time. Well, how'd you know I was going to pull out my tea glass? That's interesting. True weather, you're interesting. You predict weather and you're predicting me too. You scared me there, Chewy. Mandelby is falling apart down under. The left party is scamming to do the best. What was that? Hey, Uncommon News. Thank you. He'll be your next guest. I've had some discussions about having some other guests on. One of the guys producing one of the EMP videos, and we just didn't quite sync up. And Dr. Arthur Bradley, I've talked to him about coming on. He was talking like he might come on this week, but I didn't really sync up. I didn't do the follow up I needed to. Because we was talking about that a couple of weeks ago. He was just on Canadian or whatever the guy's name is. Getting brain locked here late, but he was on his show this week. But he was talking about being on to come on my show this week. He didn't want to do 2 shows in 1 week. I've had him on the channel before, and I've had him at my Power Grid Defense Conference, Arthur Bradley. So he talks about how to protect your cars and stuff from nukes, or from EMPs, excuse me. And I've got a big video that I'm going to produce about surviving nuclear war or nuclear events in general. So Colorado Jan, let's say, oh, there's been a lot of stuff I missed here. Wow, that many comments went through. I'm going to catch up. Hang on, guys. I can catch up on my comments here. Let's see these. The media is all about putting people to sleep. Well, they do that pretty easy, don't they? They're putting people to sleep. Let's see. No typos. Yeah, okay. Scratch. Yeah, I do that problem. I have a hard time typing now. I feel they'll get Western world at their knees. Doesn't matter. I feel they'll get the Western world at their knees. They're trying to. They are trying to. Preps need to learn how to make moonshine. There you go, Drops. Sub North Shore. All right, very good. Yeah, check North Shore out. He's a good guy. Really good guy. Kathy Pittman Dowell's been waiting to try that too. Got dehydrated. Just have it done. Okay. Fuel pump party tomorrow. Fuel pump party tomorrow, says Jesse Mills. Jesse's in Northeast Arizona. I got a property over there. Be negative. What does that mean? I don't know. Will he fix it? Unless you use wood, you will burn up much more propane. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get a lot of wood. There you go. True leaf to bring your great selection. All right. Thank you. Moonshine's originally used as fuel. Well, the V2 rocket was alcohol fueled. Still got a roof scratch. All right. Foley Bolton got some stuff taken out. Okay. Foley must have been going off here. Spokane actually has a huge history of shining during Prohibition. I wouldn't doubt that. Troll alert. Okay. We'll get some trolls here sometimes. I think that the negative blood type is a kickback from our ancient ancestors. We may not have been the same species. Because a negative woman has to have a special shot to be able to have birth a child, a positive man. Wow, didn't know that. Washington considered assisted suicide. You mean General Washington? or Washington, D.C. We're watching. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah, I hear you there, Scratch. Being a mod is a big responsibility. All countries have started out off committed horrible crimes against your people. Yeah, that's a key thing, guys. Only got to watch your governments. All right. Excuse me, guys. Yeah, let's see. Kathy Pittman. I tried doing yolk, separating them. All right, guys, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let's see here. I need to. What we're gonna do? We're gonna look at some. We're gonna share some stuff, guys. Just gotta hit the right button. Share screen. There we go. And there we are. Comment slide. We. Good night, Connie. Appreciate it. Good night. Good to see you here. 99. All right. Now we're going to go somewhere besides this screen right here. By the way, guys, this is the, if you go to prepwithgreg.com, this is what you see. This is one of those buckets I keep throwing in the air to show you how lightweight it is. There's two of them. That's a 4 weeks emergency food supply, guys. Check it out. You get $50 off right now. And that is a 3-month supply, 6 buckets. You get $150 off with it. Great deals, guys. That's what you're trying to avoid. This is what you get. And if you go up here and click on my page of supply where it says the word up here, it'll take you into all kind of stuff. And they got a lot of stuff in number 10 cans. All right, all the pictures aren't coming up yet. They'll come up shortly. Survival scout tips. Oh, okay. Got some cool stuff in there. When the truckers stop trucking, how to prepare. All right, guys. You get air purification, water filtration, survival items, sprouting seeds, deals of the day. A lot more in there. Go check it out. Doing prepwithgreg.com. Let's find that stuff. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm going to get rid of this tab now. I just kind of showed you all that. Bing. Come over here. So what's going on in the world? All right. So it's 34 here. Actually, it's below freezing where I'm at. 32. I'm outside early. It's below freezing. Barely. So the south is in the 30s. Maine, 10 degrees. Woo, right there. Okay. New days, old ways. What's your temperature right now? Granny isn't crazy. No, Granny's not crazy. I love Granny. The whole country is blue. Wow, the whole country's cold. Except for Florida. Down here where Elon likes it from. Excuse me, guys. Alberta's in the 40s. Well, that part of Alberta, at least around the mountains, is warmer than this here. But up here, 17, 12 degrees. Yeah, that's cold. -1. That's pretty cool. Allen Army Airfield, that's where I used to be. 3 degrees. Pretty warm up there for this time of the year. So you got -11 over here. Pretty warm. All right, we just had rain coming through here. Let's do it quick. Rain and thunder. It's all offshore. Rain accumulation. So the next 5 days. Yeah, we're gonna get some rain in this area. That's 10 days. Yeah, we got more rain coming at us. All right. What else got? Of course, Seattle, Tacoma area. Oh, look here, getting a little bit down in Arizona there, Jesse. Utah, Granny. No, it's Colorado. Excuse me. Well, Utah's getting rain. Up around Denver quite a bit. All right. Kill that. Here we are. Earthquake page on San Andreas. Oh, why this El Paso region keeps having earthquakes. There's been a lot around Puerto Rico. This is offshore Nicaragua, right here. Honduras up here. That's what's going on tonight. That's a good thing. There's our sun. Just shot major CMEs. Shows some comets getting vaporized. We're trying to make it around the sun. Turns out that my son, not the son, but my son, does a lot of tattoo. Why am I coming up? What made me think of that here? About that pennant. No, we'll skip that. Let's see here. We'll look at the asteroid forecast. This middle is 31 here. All right, Jesse. That's the same temperature here, Jesse. About what it is right here. Few days old ways. Well, this message just skipped. Thanks to G for protecting me. Well, it fixed it was 58 yesterday. To read that stuff a little bit more in a little bit. As usual, the biggest, closest passes are in the past, like 2/10 of a lunar distance away back there on the 13th. Look forward, is not so much pink colors as there is going back. And that's what it usually is. I don't see anything coming close to Earth in the forecast here. Enough of that. Solar flares don't look too probable there. All right, the sun's erupted nonstop. You see this little circle here? That's where the sun is. All this is the photosphere. They're trying to block it all out so we can see these ginormous flares coming off the sun. That's huge. Look how big that is. This is the size of the sun itself, this little inner circle. That's how big the sun is compared to everything else here. The sun. You would have to put 109 Earths all the way across the surface. 109 Earths to cover one the side of the sun we're looking at. That's a lot of Earths, 109. Now look how big this stuff is compared. Look at that huge knot of solar plasma. That's what you want to avoid. It's some kind of bird flying off. It does look like a bird flying out, don't it? Great swan. It does. Looks like a bird flying. Oh my gosh. Even raises his wings as he leaves. Look at that. The wings going up. Oh, big long snout. Oh, maybe it's a pelican. Couldn't find enough fish to eat on the sun. All right, enough of that. Yeah, I don't know, something weird about the way it signed on today. It was trying to get me in here a couple times. Yeah. Oh, scratch. That's funny. That's huge. That's what she said. Okay. Let's see. Old ejection may cause old ejection thought cause unusually in plum. What? I don't know, drops what you're saying there. Can't follow that. Careful, I'm gonna delete everything there. All right, we're gonna stop that. Stop share. Hello. How's everybody? My battery is 46%, and it is 112. I'm going to chat room from here. Ringgraves, it reminds me of the vials that God poured out on the earth. There you go, the vials, the bowls, and the revelations. Yeah. Wild Animus. Well, thank you for the super chat, Wild Animus. So we got 3 super chats and now $10 from Wild Animus. I can't scroll all the way back up the top. Uncommon News gave us a super chat, and we have a super chat from have to go back and look. Let's see. I'll read through all this. My sister is married to someone with RH negative blood too. I call him Spock. I can't get me. You days always. Katie is at 7 degrees. Wow. My daughters used to live with Alberta once. Interesting scratch. Yeah, Alberta can get pretty cool. Watchman, like I said, check out the video on Rumble. It's titled Nuclear War in Syria, but it's actually a nuclear test. Somebody does a test of hydrogen bomb, it's going to be noted by everybody in the world. I don't know, guys. Let's see. It says 30 degrees in North Idaho right now. It's a whole lot different than right here. Let's see. Michigan is just starting to see the temperatures rise above 20. Wow. Supposed to be alien to this world. Maybe you need to separate yourselves from the world. Dogs love pizza. I need you. Big boom. Thank God, out back. Okay. Greg, I haven't seen any participation in quite a while. Our papers say we had 22 years of drought in Colorado. The rest of the Southwest is in a worse stretch, 1,200 years. Ooh. Maybe that'll break. So if Ukraine and Russia go to war, will it affect us here in the USA? Yeah, I can expect energy prices to go up more than anything, nothing else. But here's nothing. Energy prices go up. We've got hackers stationed in Ukraine. That may prompt action and retribution by Russia. The fact that we may get involved yet. I can't say that won't happen. Why is a good question, because it's known that Ukraine is not a member of NATO. But what I most expect is that we put troops in these other Eastern European countries now are scared. They're wanting reinforcement. They're asking for us to bring troops in. And that's where we may get into it, Russia. Is we're putting more and more troops right up there against Russia, which is exactly what they asked us not to do. As a response of what they did ask us to do, then Russia is going to get more and more consternated. They're going to get angry about that. And they're talking about putting troops down in Venezuela, which I've talked about quite a few times on here, is a possible site for launching stuff we don't want coming at us, like things that make MPs. And Cuba. We're talking about putting troops and missiles in these places. Seems that we had a Cuban Missile Crisis once before, right? Yeah, this is going to be very dangerous, guys. Very dangerous. Exactly, Grant. It's scary. Yeah, expect inflation, Taz, and more. Let's see. New days, Talking, you know, me mom helps tremendously. There you go. Somebody got a Russian bot. Very good. GD, let's not take care of that. We could mind with cyber war. That's definitely true. Excuse me. Scratch. I used to watch him, but he's too full of himself. We're talking about Lee. Oh, so he get $20. Is that below? Oh, Rusty Tracks. All right. Keep on keeping on, Greg. Thank you, Rusty Tracks. Very good. Salute. Rusty Tracks, $20. Thank you, sir. See, guys, it's the super chats that make a live session worth doing, because I could earn money off videos just from advertising. But the first hour of video is when it gets most of the views. So if you do your video as a live session, if you don't get any super chats, then you lose that revenue. So that helps. And I'm way behind in that area this month because I haven't done near as many videos because I've been so busy. And that's how I basically fund the running of my little farm out here. So I'm good, you know, in that regard, I am sucking wind. Oppenheimer is good. Oh yeah, David, he's a good guy. He's very much into protecting people in terms of the bad things that organizations do against kids. Believe it or not, you may not know that he was abused. I'll tell you that. So he takes that very personal. And of course, he's very good into freedom and growing your own food, independence. So I like what he does in the garden area. And of course, he's telling us about the climate and things going on there too. And he's a geologist. So yeah, he's a good guy. I got an Oppenheimer shirt or cap around there somewhere. Somewhere not too far off. Where's my Oppenheimer cap at? I don't know where it is right now. Yeah, I got an Oppenheimer Ranch cap. I have to find it. It's not too far away. But I know, well, they've not hacked the defense contractors for nothing. There you go. Let's see. You don't know me, Mom says yes on negative blood type, can donate to any blood type. There you go. Well, I guess I'm O positive. Companies, Green guys, I got about 25 pickle pear pads on my property so far. All right. And Common, I'm gonna have to come see him. I have to get some plants. My goons love pizza too, and fish fudge. Fish fudge. Oh my God. The thought of it. Fish fudge. I guess a dog would like that. That girl's got some dogs you can put saddles on. Saddle up. She got some huge dogs. Shoot, I remember that. 1960. Game Isa. Venezuela, my home country. I wish us would step in, or US would step in, and didn't hear you talk about it. Would love to hear you point to the view on the situation down there at Greenwich. Venezuela is an awful situation. Venezuela has one of the biggest oil supplies on earth. Venezuela should be an uber rich country. Everybody there should be have money coming out their ears and be living in great prosperity. Somebody in their infinite wisdom decided to make Venezuela a communist country, and everything fell apart. Look at this. Look at Singapore. No natural resources, and the people there are rich because they use free enterprise. Venezuela, a lot of natural resources, and people are starving to death. Why? Because they have communism. That's why. People there deserve some help. So how this will be done is a whole nother matter, but they deserve some help. But they got Russia and China and Iran all going there to shore them up. Sounds like we could have a Cuban Missile Crisis on our hands out of Venezuela and maybe Cuba too. And don't forget, I've had Stacy Savicki on my channel sometimes, and she had a vision, like a couple of years back, about an attack, an EMP type attack coming launched from offshore of Venezuela. And the reason I consider that interesting, I thought it might be credible, because there was details in her description that somebody that milks cows just generally wouldn't know. A lot of defense contractors miss it, but she had it, so that got my attention. So makes me wonder what might be coming out of Venezuela. Let's hope that don't happen. I'm more worried about Russia's subs than anything. Well, Russia gets now. Yeah, they're getting on us about putting maybe missiles up against their country, which we haven't done. But their subs can go offshore to our country with full-blown ICBMs on board, right offshore to our country. And they also have hypersonic weapons in some of those subs. They can be like, they could just come into international waters. They could come inside the 25-mile line. But they got range, lots of range, all their weapon systems. So watch out, guys. See what we have that Russia don't is we're open on three sides of our country to ocean: East Coast, West Coast, and the Gulf. Russia's landlocked, so we can't put stuff like that close to them. So there's no parity in that. We totally filled up some of our. If we took major anti-ballistic missile systems and put them close to Russia to try to stop them, it wouldn't care what could happen. I don't know. I'm getting off track here a little bit, guys. Late, I'm getting tired. Rusty tracks. Oh, gee, now I'm poor again. Oh, no, Rusty tracks, really? Don't spend your last penny on me, guys. I thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. He's laughing. Let's see. Cha-cha, hello, Rusty. I see the super chat that donate in mine. Okay. All right. Whew. Guys, I'm kind of losing train of thought here, son. I'm getting tired. It's late. Blessed are the poor, for such is the kingdom of heaven. Aren't you? Very good. Pernicious and what? Anema. Pernicious anema is why I was initially DX with MS. Ugh. Bad diagnosis. Done amazing on my greenhouse. Just keeping it up has been a lot of work. Yeah, it needs a lot of rework. It needs some serious rework. That was my first greenhouse build, guys. What common news? Green news. You got $100 in super chats having me on, but you can't monetize those videos. Well, yeah, if I get super chats, it's worth it. Yeah, if I keep monetized through some of the topics we talk about. But yeah, the super chats, man. Yeah, Doug, we'll have to have you back on soon. And I got to get new days old ways on here, Katie, to talk. Well, we've talked about doing a series on herbals, so we got to do that. We got to get started, Katie, real soon. When I'm rich, says new. There you go. Diamond is a good person, just don't get along. Oh, well, yeah, there are some. Oh, that's the one you're talking about being full of himself. Okay, is that what you meant? So, yeah, we got that with some of our channels out here. Rusty Trash, Diamond and Rex both don't like me much. Oh, well, you know what? Sometimes, look, guys, you can get so many people in your chat room. Sometimes it's just hard to keep up who's in there. Sometimes it may not be don't like you, just maybe you don't see because all the stuff is scrolling by so fast. Pickaxe Prepper, morning from Southeast Virginia. Well, morning to you, Pickaxe. I got to go back out in my greenhouse shortly. Oh, yeah, and I got to go in and do water in my microgreens trailer. Actually, I got to go water microgreens. And then I have to put more fuel in the heater in the greenhouse. I got all that tonight. And it's getting chilly out here. So I'm going to have to get going a little bit. Joe Van Ush, how do you say it? Russia to the South Chinese to the north. We already have the Chinese all over Canadian territories. Oh. Have to make some kefir, says Granny. That's a good idea. Do you have the John Casey books? No, I don't, but I know of them. Look, one of my friends is Roy Spencer. You probably heard of him, right? College, I was wondering what that fish fudge is. Do you really want to know? Fish fudge. I mean, how much do you want to put your mind around that one? Oh my God, we're gonna sit in the candy store soon in a wrapper. Fish fudge. There's an idea, Katie. Katie's fish fudge. There you go. You got what's those Kit Kats? It could be cat kits. Kit Kats. Yeah, you want your own version. People show up. Well, I got fish fudge. That might be a good way to limit your visitors, unless they're goons like she has. Not going to live. China attacks Taiwan. I hope our American kids don't go fight that war. All right, you're not the only one thinks that. By a long shot. We just hope we don't have to have a war. Oh yeah, Venezuela very rich. That's why they turned socialist. You're right. A good video on the history of the Ukrainians would be good. Cool. Okay. Not a bad idea. I'm still want to need to do something on Putin. It may be in order. The history on how the two kind of evolved out of the area might be better. Just me, you don't deserve half of it, and I wouldn't bore you with it. Says Scratch. Oh, it's worse than to hear about North Korea making gains on the Saudis. Hey, June, thank you. TGIF, thank you so much, June. And that's getting to be a great night here for Super Chats. Appreciate it. Scratch talking about pew-pews. Willie Fix, I'm so tired of this can. I have meat tweaks back, please. What? I'm so tired of this can. You say this like fish. I'm so tired of fish. I think that's what you're saying. Can I have meat tweets back, please? Even my mean cat likes fish fudge. I pity the fool who tries to break in. Oh, there you go. When the cat and the goons probably trying to defend their fish fudge. So, Katie, do you eat fish fudge? Good night, North Shore. He's an hour ahead of us. That's just Katie. Have a good night, North Shore. Appreciate you being here. Let me head over to you. Wow. Out of caffeine sources here. 2:30 here, says Dowell. Yeah, I guess so. It's 1:30 here. You're in Ohio. Coffee time. Yeah, buddy. Were you up late Bigfoot hunting? Yeah, had me up a little bit there, but y'all saw that whole thing. 7:30 here, says Scratch. Yeah, good day there. Good morning. All right, there. Pickaxe. Worked on 2-acre garden yesterday. That's pretty impressive. All Russian nuclear subs have a signature tone that you can hear 2,000 miles out. Okay. Well, our sub boys know that. Ready to try using 1/2 EMT. It won't flex any for sure. What are we talking about there? 1/2 EMT. What are we talking about? I'm super gray now. All right. Scratch. I see your YouTube. I see YouTube have finally allowed being able to find persons' profiles again. Okay. It's a diesel. Roy Spencer's good. Okay. What's this over here? Yeah. 58 yesterday. God, I'm getting tired here. Well, I'm a Pisces, says New Days. I know that. That we know. That's what chat I'm messing around. Chat's coming in fast. Got 115 in the room. That's good. Hello from Portugal. All right. Hello from Portugal. All right. Got Portugal in the house. Ireland Services. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correct. That's awesome. New Days, that's where we get along. Pisces. New Days, that's why we get along with Pisces. There's a special person. Well, thank you, Granny. I'm Pisces too. Piscean. I like fish checks. Fat fish cheeks. Is that one of your goons? Is they going to like us there, Katie? My cat is possessed by an evil spirit that will attack anyone comes toward my house. That's funny. You told me about that cat. Can I become your cat, New Day? Says Granny. There you go. Raging Rick TTV. Hello from Ontario. Very good. Glad you're here. Playing your guitar. All right, drops. Let's see. I got going. Funny bone. Hit nerve. Uh-oh. All right. Let's see. Lord Child. Yeah, that puts everyone in danger. Says Cha-Cha. Good to see you, Cha-Cha. Yeah, I got work to do still. I'll probably have to go here. I got to get out in the greenhouse and the microgreens trailer. I got to go to microgreens first. Oh, yep. Take it to the crib, Greg. You need some Z's. Yeah, you're right. I'm getting rough here. All right, guys. Here's what we need to do. I want everybody to pray for Granny Atlanta's. We're gonna take the prayers offline tonight because I really need to go. I got to get these things done. Pray for Granny Atlanta's granddaughter Kaylee. I've got a cousin who probably isn't going to make it through the night. Her name's Carla. Pray for her, please. She's in serious grave condition. They say that she's entered that final breathing stage. So consider that. Pray for her, please. And pray for Randy Blythe, the Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. He's fighting cancer. And they only gave him a 20% chance. I think he's beaten it, but he still needs our prayers because he's not out of the woods yet. Hear my pillow calling, says Chewy Weather. Hear you. Well, I got to get outside. Will he fix it tonight, Greg? All right, everybody. Look, guys, I really thank you. Hey, I thank all you for the super chats. I've had some awesome super chats tonight. Very good. I really appreciate that. Makes the live sessions worth doing. Quite a few nice super chats. I really, really appreciate that. And I want to appreciate all you mods. I know you've been busy tonight. And I appreciate everybody for coming and watching and participating. Remember, throw in some thumbs up. Hey, some thumbs up. We got 159 room on 107 thumbs up. No, we got that wrong. We got 159 thumbs up and 110 room. Okay. Throw me up some thumbs up, guys. Yeah, I'm kind of backwards here tonight. June chest, oh, very sorry. Yeah, my cousin is in bad shape, guys. Bad shape. So say some prayers, guys. And we'll take our prayers to Sam as you go to bed tonight. And Al, I gotta talk to you. Yeah, I have been. Yeah, I got several videos I've been wanting to do. I just can't get time to do them. I'm running so far behind. I got some stuff I need to be posting on our Freedom Restoration Foundation site. Always a pleasure, Greg, says Willie Fitz. Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to have all y'all here tonight. You're my friends, my guests, and they always make me feel better getting to chat with you guys. Cheer me up. So anyway, you're a breath of fresh air. Well, thank you, Judy. So yeah, well, thank you, Granny and Cha-Cha, Casual. Just remember, keep your head on your shoulders. Don't panic what's going on over Europe yet. Yeah, we could wind up ourselves. We could wind up in a nuclear war. It's absolutely possible. But don't panic, guys. Keep your head on your shoulders. Just start getting ready. I got to do this nuclear survival video. I got it already. I got all the charts made. I just got to find the time to go through them on the video. So keep an eye out for that. We care about our friends. That includes you, Rocky Man. Well, thank you, Arnold. And we're all a family here. Just remember that we're all a family here in Green Grass. All a swivel heads. You're all a big family. I'm just showing he has one thumb. He has one thumbs up on video. Okay, very good. Thank you there, Kathy. All right, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call it a night. I want to thank all y'all for coming in here. I want to thank all y'all for watching and for all y'all done.